Hell yeah.
Hello and welcome to the Initiative Order and our campaign, A Corrupted Frontier, which is a Death in Space sci-fi horror TTRPG. Thank you all very much for joining us this evening. This is episode 4 of many. Before we jump in to the action, we'll just very quickly go around the table and introduce ourselves and who everyone will be playing, and then we'll get into things and recap where we got up to. So I go around the screen that's in front of me. First person will be Homero.
Hello people, my name is Homero Rios and I'm playing Wyoming Jones, a he, him, and Rory's not he, so now I'm the captain.
No.
Damn it.
Next up is Dawn.
Hi, I'm Dawn Whisper. I'm playing Mira, who is a Chrome engineer, and both of our pronouns are she, her.
Wonderful, thank you very much. Next up is Mel.
Hello. My name is Melissa Rose. I play Lunar Terracin, and she's a punk ex-soldier.
Wonderful. And finally, Mazz.
Hello, my name is Mazz, my pronouns are they, them, and I will be playing Xander Praetorian, pronouns he, him, and he is a Chrome.
Perfect. So, now that we're all familiar with who we are, I'm Danny, I'm the Game Master. Hi. Now that we're all familiar with who we are, let us dive into the void and enter the world of Death in Space. So, to recap from last session, our crew on their first contract, a bounty to try and apprehend or kill a serial killer by the name of Bo Zappa, travelled to the planet of Lepidoptera, it's one word, very long, to investigate a potential moon base, as the notes they had received told them. On arriving, they found out it wasn't a moon base, as there was no moon, but a space station that was attached to the planet's surface via an elevator shaft that rested just above the atmosphere of the planet, and the only entryway, having kind of circled the station to gain entry, is from the surface itself. So our pilot, Bobbi, who isn't here tonight, by the way, I will be playing them for a brief period, piloted the ship down to the surface and managed to luckily land it in the spaceport at the cliff's edge next to an ocean, which is where the lift shaft starts from. Upon arriving, everywhere seemed abandoned. Wyoming and Xander went off to investigate an office that Wyoming remembered or felt like they remembered was there, and it was an admin office of some sort. So they went off to investigate that while the rest of the crew had a look at some storage rooms around and tried to see if they could find anything of use. Whilst Xander and Wyoming were off, they didn't find an office. Wyoming wasn't quite right with his memory, and it was a dentist's. But he did find some nice magazines and a possible conspiracy theory within those. The rest of our crew, Lunar, Bobbi, and Mira, were in storage and were able to find some batteries and some bits and pieces from there. Wyoming and Xander decided to return to the rest of the crew, and unfortunately, on their way, things happened and people showed up, or what they thought were people. A shadowy figure exited a building, a very gaunt-looking humanoid person with sharp, pointed teeth, ragged clothing, leapt out of the shadows and ran towards the crew. A slight fight ensued, very brief, as Lunar, using their breacher shotgun, blew this individual in half. But in doing so, a lot of noise was made, and another one of these individuals arrived and had to be taken out by Xander and Wyoming. You guys killed these two individuals and fled back onto your ship. Bobbi, at the helm, piloted the ship off the ground, off the spaceport. But rather than flying away off the planet into space, which would, in essence, kind of go against the whole point of your 2-week journey here for this contract, Bobbi very quickly and very succinctly pilots the ship towards this elevator shaft that leads you up into this station. The entrance to this elevator system is along a long platform that goes out from the cliffs of this spaceport over the ocean. And it's like a long bridge, and then there is this platform at the end. And Bobbi manages to just land the ship on the platform, on the very edge of the platform, as it isn't a big space, and you guys have quite a large spaceship. So they managed to land it just on the edge, giving enough space for you guys to get off when you do, and you're good to go. As Bobbi kind of touches the plane down, and you all kind of breathe a sigh of relief for a second, as you're not now dealing with the people, shall we say, that were coming out of the woodwork towards you guys. They kind of slump down in the pilot's chair, exhale deeply, and then kind of start to tremble in their seat, and kind of like hands on their head, kind of in like disbelief of what they've saw and what they've just kind of gone through, having experienced this violent incident back at the spaceport with these two crazed individuals. And Bobbi begins to kind of shake a bit more, and they're sat there like, I can't do this. I can't. This is not what I didn't sign up for. This. This is not why we're here. This is not. I didn't sign up for this. I can't do this. And they just repeat that over and over again. Can't do this. This isn't them. This isn't what they do. I'm a tow trucker. You know, I go places. I find things. I pull them somewhere else. You know, I didn't sign up for this. I just thought I was getting scrap. I just thought it was salvage. You know, and I didn't think I'd be, in charge or like a captain, and they kind of repeat this cycle of I can't do this and this cycle of self-doubt. And then Bobbi stands up, turns around to the rest of you, and goes, I'm sorry. I'm
What do you
staying
mean?
here. This isn't I can't do this.
It's a lot. We
Just
get
a
it.
bit. Just a bit. Look, I'll keep the ship ready to go. I'll make sure I'll make sure everything's warmed up and everything's working, and I'll stay here. If anything comes along the platform, I'll show you guys. But right now I'm not leaving the ship.
We understand. Take
I
care of
don't
yourself,
plan.
Captain.
We might need a quick getaway.
Yeah, stay safe.
I'll keep the engine running. And like Bobbi turns around, sits back in the pilot's chair, and starts like messing around with the some of the control systems and checking everything's working, and kind of like attempts to zone out for the brief moments that they have. So, with that, whilst Bobbi is kind of getting the rest of the ship systems going, because in the hurry you were in, they turned the engines on and left. No startup sequence, no warm up, no turning the fridge on or the lights or anything like that. It was just up and off. So whilst Bobbi is getting the ship prepped for any sort of quick getaway that they need, the four of you are kind of stood in the little kind of control room of the ship, as it were. You are on the platform. Outside is a very large, very tall, because it kind of goes out of the atmosphere, beyond your sight, elevator shaft with, you hope, a door to enter it at its base. But you guys are on the ship. It is landed in a safe position. What are you doing?
I don't like the sound of safe. It sounds very threatening.
Nothing about this planet is safe, clearly.
Sorry, did you say we're outside?
You're still in the ship at the minute.
But we're closer to the entrance to the elevator.
If you exit the ship, you're maybe 30 foot away.
Okay.
Like, you're close.
That's
Can I see from here if there's any like buttons or controls on the wall for the elevator?
Make me a tech roll.
Alrighty.
Roll for it.
20. Some +2,
Nice.
I believe. Yeah.
Looking from like through the porthole in the ship, out towards it, you see that there is a large, like double sliding door entryway, and there is a very big control panel on the right hand side, next to it. Looking at it from the distance, you are kind of gauging the shape and the type of controls you can see that are on there. Looks pretty basic. If it's turned off or if it's locked, it's not. You don't think it's something that you're gonna struggle getting going.
Well, the controls are just over there. I'm assuming we won't be attacked again.
Just in case, we should be on guard, as it were. And I make sure that I have my knife out. Lunar, you're the best shot. I recommend you go ahead of us.
Yeah.
Or behind. What do you think is the best?
Can we see? Let's see. We can kind of see. Like, I'll like kind of scope out. Like, do we see any movement? Hear anything?
So from the position the ship is in, because again it's not a big platform, so you're kind of very on the edge. You get two viewing angles. You get the elevator entrance, and then you do get, like, on the other side of the ship is the bridge straight to land. You see nothing but ocean left and right, and then the cliff ahead, a good ways in the distance, but you don't see anything on the bridge itself.
Okay. Yeah. All right, I'll
Follow
go.
up the rail.
Sorry, what?
Do you want to be in front or behind? Which do you think is safest?
Hard to say at this point. I'll go front. And how much room is it? Like, is it really narrow for like one person at a time, or is it?
No, you've got like it's about 30 foot ahead, and you've probably got about 20-foot width.
Okay. Okay.
At
So we
this
can
point.
like move around.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
not
you've got
stuck.
space. You've got space.
Yeah, I'll go ahead, but get behind me if there's anything coming down the line.
You got it. Let's go.
Yeah, and Bobby, if you see us getting pinned on this bridge, throw us a line, okay?
Kind of like they look up from the control panel and just kind of give a little 2-finger salute.
Does anyone have any idea what those creatures were?
I think they must have been, I don't want to say human, but humanoid at some point.
I'm pretty sure they were men at some point.
Yeah, they were definitely people. I don't know if it was infection or I don't think that one person has enough power to do that to an entire planet. So I don't know that Bozappa had anything to do with this, but I think it's probably one of the reasons that he avoided the planet itself.
Did we anger them?
You could say that, maybe?
I don't think our presence here would have made a difference in their disposition. I think we were just food.
Yeah.
As I ask if we angered them, I just look at Wyoming, just assuming he had something to do with it.
And I honestly, I hear like Mira and I hear Xander and I hear Lunar, but right now I'm having like a moment, GM. My hand, it's like trembling, can't stop shaking.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure it wasn't it what I killed, but suddenly I start to think that it wasn't just a thing, it was a man. And it's been a while since I killed a man. And I start to feel anxious about it. I don't know why. So I put my hand inside of my pocket and I just take like a lot of peas, probably 5 or 6 of my personal stash peas, and I just swallow it very anxiously.
Okay. Let me just... Yeah.
Can I kind of like tell that Wyoming is unsettled?
Yeah, do we see this?
Yeah. Yeah, you would. Wyoming's been... In the time you guys have spent with Wyoming now, you're able to judge his lucidness of his connection to reality. And when he's kind of with it, when he's not, and when it's something else. And at this moment, when you look at Wyoming, you can see this is a something else sort of situation, and Wyoming's quieter than usual in this instance when he's recalling the events and thinking back about them. He's quieter than he would normally be. So you do notice this, and it is definitely different.
Hey, you okay?
Honestly, Wyoming, I can't imagine how you're feeling right now if this is your home planet.
I'm fine. Can we leave?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, from the planet.
Well, in theory, we're gonna go up to that moon and see if we can find Bozappa. But at the moment, we have to stay in this general area. I understand how hard that can be right now.
Shit.
Do you want to stay on the ship?
No, I just...
It's a lot.
Damn it. No, I'm gonna stick around and just to see what happens, but I have a bad feeling about this. I don't know why, but let's see what happens.
I don't think any of us have a good feeling about this, so right
Nope.
there with you.
Neither are my feelings particularly positive.
If you, Wyoming, if you feel, what's the word? Like you're losing something or yourself in a moment, and you can communicate to us that what's going to happen. Try to, okay?
Yeah, right. I'm fine right now, and I'm sure I'm gonna be okay. But if something's happened, something deep down on me, I'm gonna scream quesadilla. That's gonna be the
That's
password.
the signal.
That's the signal.
What's the
I'm just
signal?
gonna that I'm about to lose my shit. I'm gonna scream quesadilla.
Okay. All right.
That's the best thing I
Quesadilla.
can. Yeah, that's the best thing I can do right now.
All right. Sounds
I
good.
leave the ship. I nod and I just leave the ship.
Okay. As you exit the ship, the first thing you all notice is it's very windy out here. The breeze that is coming across the ocean is very strong. You can smell the salt in the air, a lot more than what you've experienced elsewhere. A lot stronger. Like as the breeze hits and you get the smell in your nose, you can feel the slight burn of the salt come through. But yeah, you're out there. It's windy, salty. There's a big metal structure in front of you that just juts straight up beyond your vision, with a big double door at the front.
I breathe in the salt. And I look to the group, shall we? And I kind of make sure my knife is out and ready, and I gradually approach the bridge.
Mm-hmm. Someone else doing?
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right.
So you move the 30 feet that it takes to get to the elevator. It takes all of like 30 seconds. And you're there, this structure in front of you. The doors are closed, and there is a control panel on the right hand side.
I'll start fiddling with the control panel.
Okay.
Assuming it's fairly simple, hopefully.
I assume the doors to the elevator are closed.
Yes, they are.
Got it.
Mira, can you make me a tech roll, but with advantage, please?
16.
16. Wonderful. Yeah, you look at the panel and you're like, that seems pretty straightforward. You press a button, nothing happens. Like, it's a shame. There's a little like panel within it at the bottom, and you kind of pop the cover off, and there's like a breaker switch inside that is off. Flip it on, the button lights up. Close the panel, press the button, the door's open.
Ta-da! There you go.
I smirk at Mira and I just walk into the elevator.
Okay.
I'll take a last look, like back towards like the ship and the bridge. Anything sound funny or?
You don't hear anything above the breeze out there, and the slow kind of hum of the ship's engines. You can't see the bridge back to land as the ship is kind of literally blocking the view.
Okay.
But you do see Bobbi kind of poke their head up, look out at one of the windows on the pilot area of the bridge of the ship, and kind of just gives a little thumbs up and pops their head back down.
So what do we see as we enter the elevator?
you see really a very basic kind of service elevator. It's kind of corrugated metal walls, ceiling with struts in through the middle and the corners, metal grated floor. It looks basic, but it looks sturdy, like it's built to carry a heavy load, but it's not all bells and whistles or fancy. It's very much a service sort of setup.
We feel like it could hold like a transport of any kind, even like a small like ground transport. Does it feel like it's that kind of a size?
In terms of size, it's probably maybe 15 foot by 15 foot in
Okay.
size. It's
So
pretty
primarily
big.
for people. Okay.
Yeah,
got it.
mainly people, goods, like on pallets, stuff like that. It would fit that. Maybe a small vehicle, but like, no, we're not talking like a Toyota Corolla or anything like that.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
I think I look around at the whole space. Don't like confined spaces. Let's go.
Do you all
Shouldn't
enter?
be long.
Okay. Cool. You're getting on the elevator. There is a little panel on the wall with a button that goes up and a button that goes down.
And there's power, right? Like Mira figured out that it's
Yes.
definitely got power. Okay. Cool. I hit the button.
Which one, up or down?
Oh.
Oh,
Well, we had to go to the moon.
We're going up. Let's go up.
Yeah.
Always up.
Going
I hit
up.
the button.
Up.
I hit
Okay.
the button up.
So, you press the up button. And, you know, this could have been like a 20-minute conversation here. You press the up button and the doors close behind you. There is a light in the thing that you're in. I forget what they're called. And after a second, when the doors close, you feel like a shunt as something is moving underneath the elevator, and then it begins to ascend, and it feels like it's moving slowly, and then you can feel it speed up, and as you do so, you all notice a flash underneath, and then another flash. As you look down, you realize that the mesh floor that you're all stood on it is a mesh floor, and you can see the elevator shaft below, and the flash you're seeing is like a service light on the
Gotcha.
wall of the inside of the shaft, and then these flashes, the speed of these flashes increases to a point where it feels like it's almost like a strobe light in speed, but you can also now see through the mesh that you are ascending at a rapid speed, and you can feel that kind of weight on your shoulders as your bodies are being kind of slightly compressed due to like the G-force of the elevator going up. But it continues going. Couple minutes. Continues going. Does anyone want to say anything to each other whilst you're heading up in the lift? There is no music. It is quiet.
Is there any sound like for the mechanism or something to?
Not really, no. There's a very slight like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. But that's it. It's very much a quiet mechanism.
Excuse me. I think I'm like leaning against the wall of the elevator and just kind of looking down, but like not actually paying attention to what's happening underneath the floor. I'm just kind of just waiting until we get up there and just like not really engaging.
Okay.
I just sit down cross-legged on the floor.
You good? To Xander?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm all right. And then I look to see that, because I wasn't paying attention, but I look to see that Mira has sat down on the floor. And I try really hard not to smile.
I'm just watching the lights go by. I'm like seeing if I can see any mechanisms under the lift that are helping propel us upwards.
Okay.
How are you doing, Taluna?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Today was fun. I get no. Yeah.
No. No, yeah.
Yeah.
Total party.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess maybe I've seen a little more of this than some other people, I guess, before. Never makes it fun though. Don't.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've been involved in an altercation of that nature, as it were. I don't miss it.
No. Should we? Well, we're going. I think we got a long ride up, but do we have any plans? Do we want to try and ambush, surprise?
I think just be prepared for anything, honestly. Standard weapons up, cross check before we step onto the platform. Just be prepared for anything. At this point, there's not much else we can do. We've no idea if this guy's even up there still, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Any ideas, Mira?
Sorry.
Oh, were you distracted?
Oh, well, I was wondering if there's anything underneath that helps with propulsion. Given that a normal lift mechanism might not understand how to deal with the G-force here.
Seems like it's connected to the walls more than underneath us.
Maybe.
What if it's like one of those bullet trains? You know? You ever one of those?
No.
Huh. That was a long time ago.
Xander just, to himself, is loving how curious Mira is about all technology. And just keeping that to himself. And then kind of looks down to see how far up they are. Because in his head, he's like, are we there yet? Are we there yet?
A couple more minutes pass, and you feel the weight that is kind of pushing down on you begin to ease slightly, and the flickering of the lights in the elevator shaft are slowing ever so slightly as well. So as like another minute passes, begins to slow more and slow more, to the point where you don't feel that pressure pushing down on you as this elevator's going up, and the lights are kind of like flashing like one a second, and then a little bit slower, and a little bit slower, and a little bit slower, and then you feel slight drop, and then stationary.
Level 1, I think.
And then the doors open.
Yeah. I'll look left. You look right. Mira, Wyoming, I want you behind us.
No problem with me.
Yes, I'm right behind you. I kind of feel better now, but I'm still on that moment where I can't recognize if this is reality or a flashback. But I'm still here, I think. Kind of. Sort of.
You're here, dude. You're here.
Just stay close.
Yeah.
And I step out. I'm on Lunar's left. Wyoming's behind me, I imagine. And I peer around and look left, and then in front of me.
Okay.
I'll stay on the other side.
Okay. So, as you step out of this elevator, you are met by a very wide corridor. But it's only a short corridor, so it's only like about 35 foot wide by maybe 50 foot in length. There are no doors or entryways on the sides. It is all steel lined, steel panelled, with some venting on the top for ventilation, like grating and stuff. And at the very end is another large double door. But it doesn't appear to be like another elevator. It just appears to be like a large entry double sliding door at the end that is closed. You don't see or hear anything in the corridor or from beyond. But there is light in here. The lights are on. There's a funny smell in the air. You're not quite sure, you can't quite place it.
What's the kind of scent that we can perceive of that aroma?
Does it smell salty like the ocean? Does it
Does
smell
not.
sulfurous?
It smells rich. Full-bodied. It's a hard one. There's a little bit of a musk to it, but it's got like a richness, a full-bodiedness. It's a smell, not like a whiff of something. But it's not overpowering. But it's a full-bodied smell that you're like, It's got a little bit of a musk.
Do we get a sense it's coming from the vents?
No, it appears to be kind of stagnant in this hallway. I mean, you just entered, so you're on the cusp of the hallway, but from where you are, it's just there.
Yeah.
Does it smell like cologne?
No.
Is there any way that this smell can activate some kind of memory on Wyoming?
You can make me a body roll
Sure.
for this. I'm gonna say.
14.
14. You kind of inhale deeply through your nose to try and get a real sense of this smell. And nope.
This smells like a barrack, like someone's living here or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird. I walk towards the door. Definitely weird.
In that moment, it feels like a very good idea, Jim. So I just scream, "Hello! Anybody here?"
Bro! What is wrong with you?
That is
There's
not
no killer up
advisable.
here.
What? I'm high. I'm not thinking correctly.
Wyoming. Dude. we're hunting a serial killer. Do you want to die today? We almost died once. Do you have a death? Can you just take a breath and chill out?
I mean, no, I don't want to die. I just want to know if someone is living here because probably that person feels lonely.
Or they're hiding because they're a serial killer.
Okay, that's a good point. Probably my bad. I apologize. I'm trying to make it up later.
Get it. Cool. Okay, awesome. I'm gonna go to see if there's any electronics or panels by this door.
Okay. So you're going to walk along the corridor to the door at the other end.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's nothing, it's clear that there's nothing else, right?
You don't see anything.
I don't like your face, Danny.
Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it isn't there.
And nothing on the ceiling.
Can we like make a detailed look around? Can I roll for perception?
Trust level in this group. There is grating along the top that appears to be used for
Let's make it
ventilation.
clear right now. We don't trust you, Danny.
Fair. Fair. I mean, fair. Make me a, if you want to check for traps, or anything along this corridor, make me a savvy roll.
Yeah, I don't trust anything in this room now, officially.
I got 13.
17 here.
I also got a 17.
And I'm really high.
Okay. None of you see anything.
He was like, walk down the hallway. Come on.
Looks fine.
As I walk down the hallway, I think I've got my arm on one wall and I'm feeling for like any potential imperfections, just to be safe. I'm looking at the vents as I walk past to see if there's anything in them from the other perspective before I get to the door.
Okay. You do feel the odd imperfection on the wall as the metal plating catches against other sheets of metal plating. But beyond that,
It doesn't feel weird.
No,
like suspicious. Okay.
just feels like two pieces of metal plating together, but they're like not fully like lined up properly.
Perfectly aligned. Got it. Okay.
And then looking at the grating, I mean, it looks like there was a good ventilation system up here. It seems well maintained.
Yeah, but it smells like shit, man.
Not quite.
It smells weird. Okay, so I want to look at the tech on the wall if there's anything like specific.
So when you get to the doors, they are quite stout set of double metal doors, metal sliding doors. There is no windows on them, by the way. There's no like portholes or windows. There is a control panel on the left hand side that appears to be a key card to operate, and there's like a small round domed glass circle above like where there is a rectangle for a key card to like stamp.
Would I recognize it as an eye scan? Like, would I recognize like what that dome is for specifically? As far as...
yeah, I would say once you get right up to it, you're like, oh, I've seen one of these before.
It's got power, yeah.
Yeah.
Lunar, Wyoming, watch art 6, and I turn to Mira and I kind of nod her over, be like, I'm gonna need your help with this one.
I can take a look.
So we need a key card, which we obviously don't have, and that's also an eye scan. It's a retina scan. Obviously, we are not from here, and whoever used to be in charge of this elevator, we don't have access to that, so we're gonna have to get it in a different way.
I'm wondering if perhaps Wyoming might have been here before.
I had the same thought.
Wyoming?
I mean, would it hurt to try?
Do you feel like you know this place? Is any of this ringing any bells for you?
I'm positive that this place stinks. I don't know what stinks. I can remember about that aroma, and I never been here before.
You are a native of this planet, though, yes?
Yeah, probably. I'm pretty sure about 98.99%.
I mean, you seemed pretty confident when we were exploring earlier.
Yeah.
So honestly, I'm gonna say you're probably right. I don't think that you would have that strong of a reaction if the place wasn't at least somewhat familiar to you. And Xander takes a moment to himself just to realize how slightly envious he is of Wyoming having that feeling, and turns to him and said, Can you try to see if your retina scan will work? It's worth a shot. We may also need the
98%.
key card.
Okay, let's give it a try. And I just put another like 3 or 4 piece on my mouth and I swallow it. Let me go with my ancestors right now. Oh boy, this is huge. This is strong shit, bro. Just give me a second. Okay, anything, GM?
So taking the peas, you are very much inebriated. Do you attempt to use the eye scanner on the panel? Is my question.
I'm doing like a lot of things right now, bro. In different states of mind and different planes of reality and existence, bro.
All right.
So
Okay. Cool.
My answer is yes, bro. My answer is yes.
I just
I just grab him and try and
Thank
gently
you.
move him towards the panel.
Come on, bud.
by the back of his collar, just come on.
So,
Okay.
Xander is very pleased. Just to himself, trying not to express that openly. Just
Mira, you grab Wyoming, drag him over to the panel, and you don't exactly slam his head into the scanner, but you get him within like maybe 3 centimeters. He's like right up there. Yes. The glass circle lights up red
that's not a good sign.
as it is scanning his eye. It then flashes red twice, and it doesn't do anything else.
Well, it was worth a shot.
It's supposed to do anything, this thing?
Well, in theory, it's supposed to open the door, but we probably need both a valid retina scan and a key card. I assume we need both. Is there any way for me to jack in?
Probably Mira can help us. Mira, can you jack in? I mean,
One of us.
with one of your techie things, you know, with your techie fingers and your techie
Well, let's see what I...
words, fancy words, you know.
I'm afraid I don't have that ability. I can only power certain objects.
Wait,
Yeah, I
Wait.
can. I
maybe Xander can help us. Xander! Where
I
are
think
you?
I'm already looking for a place to jack into
Xander!
the wall. Wyoming.
Xander!
Wyoming.
He's
Oh,
right
you're
here.
here. Xander,
I'm
can you help us?
facing the wall. I'm looking for somewhere to jack in.
Okay, great.
Question from before last episode. Did someone go through the pockets of the bodies and find a key card?
Oh shit!
Wyoming
This is
did.
why I don't have Cori's notes up.
I did it and I didn't find anything.
No, I did. Did I give
You
them?
did?
Who did I give them to? Did I
You did?
get that? I need to find. Excuse me for a minute out of game. I'm gonna find Cori's note.
I mean, you didn't say a word. I feel like betrayed right now by Xander.
Cori's here in spirit. The notes. They're saving us.
So I don't have session 3. But But that was session what? 1, 2? When did we find the space station?
Session 3.
Session 3.
Our last chapter, actually.
Okay, but I did find a key card, and I don't. What did I do with it? Do you remember?
Pocket it, probably?
The key
I'm pretty
card
sure I kept
the
it.
key card you have was the one for your space station.
I
Okay.
You, don't,
Okay,
you
so-
didn't get when you landed here. Wyoming did loot the bodies, but he did not find a key card.
Okay.
I remember a key card somewhere. Okay.
Yeah, but I couldn't remember. So
somewhere.
it was from the body of the dude on the space station, and that key card was to the space station.
Yes.
That's
Okay. Thank you everybody for bearing with us as we figure that out. Okay, in that case, yes, I would like to look for a place to jack in.
Okay. You find a spot. There is a little port just at the bottom left of the panel. Make me a tech roll.
Well,
12 is a pass. So, you manage to kind of jack into the terminal and interface with the system. With your Chrome ability, you're able to kind of talk to the system, and you ask it nicely to open up. Maybe not nicely, but you kind of tell it to open up. And after a brief conversation about authority and access, the terminal goes, okay. And the doors unlock.
as doors open, my eyes open.
My God, I did it! I just opened it! With my mind.
Sure, Wyoming.
Yes, Wyoming.
You opened it with your mind.
Boy, I'm good.
Yes, you are.
I look at Mira. Yep. Yeah. And I just walk through the door carefully, and I do the check again as before.
Okay. As you step through the door, Xander, you are immediately hit by the smell, which is a lot more intense at this moment. And you can, to the point you can taste it now. And as you step through, kind of looking at the group behind you and looking at Wyoming, going like, "What the fuck?" You turn and look at the scene before you. You see a large open atrium that is littered with broken furniture. It is littered with charred body parts. Some in several different stages of decay. Some that have been fully charred. You see that there are chains hanging from the ceiling of this atrium. This atrium is maybe like 50, 60 feet high as well. There are chains hanging from the ceiling with, I want to say, the skeletal remains of bodies, but they're not fully intact. Hanging from the ceiling.
Woof.
Yes. That is the site as you immediately step through.
Well,
kind of
now
the
I know what
threshold.
that smell was. Barbecue.
This is not good, bro. I'm so high for this. No,
That's
it looks
that's
horrible.
a choice you made, my dude.
It looks
That's
horrible.
a choice you made.
Oh my God, take it off.
Close your eyes.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's already in my mind.
Do I get the sense that the room was lit on fire or just people?
People. The room
people.
is in a state of disarray, but it is not charred. Just bits of people are.
Then, like, not like an explosion.
No, in Lunar, as you kind of enter the room and you survey all this as well, and you see these corpses, bits of people, and that, and the kind of the disarray of the room with the broken furniture and that. You do see that there are the burnt remains of maybe 2 or 3 pyres, like stacked burning mounds. whereas these were deliberately burnt.
Oh. Oh.
One man did all of this.
Oh. Okay. So we saw what was downstairs, right? Down the planet side. What if they were burning bodies to stop an infection or something?
I mean,
Or does it feel more like, something else?
so with that theory, you're thinking that the virus came from up and then onto the planet, and they were preventing from more people bringing it down. It's not.
I mean, either way, if you got up here,
Right. My only counter to that is, why the hell are they hanging from the ceiling? That's ritual. That's purposeful. That's not just trying to protect a planet. No, he was here. Do I get a sense or a memory of when we were researching him and his methods, that this is something that was reported that he does? Arson? Is that like... Do we remember learning about that?
So during your travel here, reading the notes that you'd collected from the body of the bounty hunter who was originally trying to catch this person, Bo Zappa was originally a gang member of a space outlaw group that were thieves, they were kidnappers, robbers, hijackers, a lot, but they weren't murderers. That's one thing they didn't do. And then something happened, and then Bo started killing people during botched jobs. And then it got out of hand, and he started doing it on every job. And then the group attempted to remove him from their gang, to which he retaliated and began killing the rest of his gang himself. And in proceeding to do so, he then went on a rampage and just started killing at will, whenever the mood took them. Usually it would be shootings, stabbings, never dismemberment. That's a new thing in terms of the notes that you've read, and you've read them like several times over in the travels. Yeah, dismemberment was never something that was part of that, but it all stemmed from a robbery.
And any like use of fire in any of those killings?
No.
Being recorded? Okay, interesting. Yeah, Xander is just kind of standing and like going through those memories in his head and replaying all of the readings of those notes and like seeing them in his mind's eye. And I look at the group and I'm like, this does not fit the profile. I'm not saying it wasn't him. I'm not saying it was, but this is not what I read.
So let's create a new profile then.
Yeah, we may have to add this to the list.
And I approached to the bodies and I gave them a quick pat to see if I found anything.
Okay. Xander, you turn around, discuss this with the group, and Wyoming steps past you to one of the bodies closest by. Wyoming, as you pat this body, your hand kind of indents in. You pull it back and you just have like charcoal black across your hand. As you kind of look at that, with the level of narcotics in your system, your eyes go wide, fully dilate, and everything goes very white, very bright for you for a second. And it causes like an instant migraine for a second, and you kind of shout out in pain from it.
Ah! Shit! Ah!
Immediately went around.
Can you guys see that? Did you see that? Or it was just me?
I think I
wild.
whip around thinking he's seen something, and I'm like on guard, and then I realize that he's just.
Everything went white, so white, bro. I mean, Jesus, that whiteness, it was so white, bro. I mean, Jesus.
Does that sound familiar to me?
No, that's just kind of Wyoming tripping slightly.
Got it.
But
Cool.
as Wyoming has this episode, and you all kind of whip round your focus to Wyoming at this time, Mira and Lunar, you hear behind you the doors close to the elevator, and a click sound similar to what you heard when you got in the elevator, as if it's begun to move. And as it does, you all hear like this very high pitch sound come from all around, as if someone's turned on a really shitty PA system. And then you hear, "I see you." And we're going to take a quick break for like 5 minutes, just while we refresh. But for those watching, thank you very much for sticking around thus far. We're going to take a quick 5 to 10 minute break, and then we'll be right back. So don't go anywhere.
Awesome, guys. See you around.
See you in a minute. Welcome back. Thank you all for waiting around whilst we had a quick bio break and got ourselves prepared for the second half of this session. So, to very quickly recap, the crew have made it up the elevator into this moon base, this fixed structure that is just outside the atmosphere of the planet, this base with no other entryway apart from this elevator shaft. They've made it up. They're now inside. They have entered the main atrium and found it a mess of bodies, body parts, charred remains, semi-skeletal remains hanging from chains from the ceiling, furniture a clutter and smashed, and several now heavily used burning pyres. After seeing all this, Wyoming went to touch and attempt to maybe loot one of the bodies or find anything on them. His hand impressing into the remains, coming back covered in charcoal, he freaked out for a moment. Whilst everyone's attention was on him, Lunar and Mira heard sounds behind them, back down the corridor to the elevator, and they saw the doors close and the sound that they believe is the elevator descending back down to ground level. As that happened, they heard a PA system turn on and a voice come over the PA telling them that, well, they are being watched. So, to bring us back into the moment, you hear the voice say, "I see you." And then the PA, you hear the dunk as it clicks off.
What was that? What was that? Is somebody here?
That would be Bo Zappa, I presume.
Do I recognize the voice?
No.
Who are you? What do you want from us?
He's gone.
He said he can see us, though.
And I
Can I-
start looking around for cameras. Yeah, same brain. Yeah.
I look in the opposite direction that you do, so we both scan the room.
Okay, both make savvy rolls.
7.
16.
16, okay. Looking around, Mira, where you're looking, you don't spot anything. Xander, you look the opposite side, scanning that side. You also do not see any cameras.
I'm just looking at Xander back and forth.
There are no cameras. Are there any other devices in here?
How big is this room? It's pretty big, right?
It's big, it's an atrium, so it's quite a vast room.
Any other doors?
From the looks of it, there are 3 more doors. It's almost a circular room. There are 3 doors, so like one directly opposite and one on either side. But they're a little bit of a distance away.
Is there anything that looks like double-sided or like glass with windows?
Like a 2-way window or something like that, or a window into another room.
Yeah, like those like offices on like that you see into a larger room kind of a thing.
Taking a quick glance around, you do see there are a couple there are windows, a lot, maybe 30 foot up. It's like 50 feet tall, so about 30 foot up. There are windows along the exterior. I will also say, Luna, that you do see that one off to the left, at, we use a clock, dead ahead is 12, say 9 o'clock. One of the windows over there is broken, like shattered.
Okay. I'll kind of point out to the group.
Cool. Tight. I look up at the windows on the ceiling. Do I see outside, like in space to those windows, or is there like another room?
You do not see outside.
It looks like there's more like
Ceiling.
room.
There is no glass on the ceiling. It's steel.
Oh.
There is just these windows along the 30 feet up along the outside.
Okay, I misunderstood. I thought like the
No.
ceiling was okay. Got it. It's just this way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because from the outside, when you did your quick perimeter as Bobbi was flying the ship as you were landing, you could see that there were no direct windows into the base that you could see, but you could see lighting on the base itself, which gave you the impression that it was in working order.
What level in relation to us are the set of windows, including the one that's broken?
30 foot up. So
Up.
you would, yeah. It's like maybe the next floor.
Do I get the impression that that's how high the bodies were hung from?
No, they were hung from the ceiling.
Jesus, okay. How the fuck did he get up there? Can I see any stairs?
No. Just three doors. Three doors.
But I already touched one of the bodies. I mean, the bodies are very approachable to us, right?
Some of them, well, bits of them.
Because, and I speak to my team. I'm like, you know what? I'm having a very sick and twisted idea right now about this guy, about the cameras. Maybe he put it right here, and I approach to the bodies and I touch the face and I start to look in a camera on the face of the body.
You all watch Wyoming start to manhandle a half face, half exposed skull of a semi-decaying body in front of him.
Can I recognize I have a little bit stronger arms than the average person because they are robotic? Can I just pick Wyoming up and throw him over my shoulder, fireman carry style?
I mean, where is it? Where is it? It's right here.
Come on, bud. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be okay. And I kind of pat his back.
I mean,
They carry him.
he's watching us right now.
He sure is, bud. He sure is. So we gotta go. We gotta go. And I look at Lunar and I look at Mira. Like in this space of basically what I communicate without saying anything is I'm tired of this shit.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta go. And also slightly help.
At least we know he's here.
Well,
Let's pick a door.
let's go hunt a serial killer. Yeah, I suppose. Well, what if let's try this. What if we all open the door, each open a separate door at the same time and look, and then we can pick one. I'd rather cover more ground. Thoughts?
Seems risky.
I don't like the idea of us being split up at all, though. Weird.
I'm not saying we go into the rooms.
Just
I'm
look.
just, yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Basically, I think we should look for a staircase up to the next level.
Agreed. Okay, I'll take the middle door.
So, to give you a little bit more context on layout, it is a almost circular room with a large double door on the left, large double door on the right, large double door on the opposite side, and the double door that you guys came through. Again, these doors are all the same style and size, and they are all closed, apart from the one you guys have come through.
Do they also have scanners?
You would have to approach them to see where you are. It's a large room, so you're gonna have to walk around to them.
How likely is it if I jack in to somewhere in this room, if there's a space, that I can get a sense of more of the layout outside of this room? Like, can I find any?
If you do well with your interface with the system, you might be able to get a rough idea of a blueprint of the station.
Okay, yeah, let me try that. Why not? So I set Wyoming down on one of the least broken chairs
So the
that
floor.
I can.
That'll be
The floor.
Mhm,
I put him on
mhm.
the floor. I sit him up. Just sit him up on the floor. Be like, hey, I need you to stay here in case one of these things get up. So you have to be as close to the floor as possible in case one of these things get up. I'm counting on you.
Okay.
All right. You're just
And I put it on the ground, just like
all right. All right.
It's fine next to Wyoming.
Thank you. Okay, yeah, I want to see if there's a place to jack in anywhere.
From where you are, because you guys kind of entered this room but not moved anywhere, the
Sure.
closest place would be the panel you jacked in to get into the room itself, without
Like,
having
so
to
from
go
the,
anywhere.
the one on the other side?
Yeah, either. Well, I mean, you could use either side. It's
Okay,
in
I'm
essence,
going to
it's
use the
same
side
system.
that's in the room,
Okay.
so I don't have to leave the room again.
Okay. Go for it.
16?
16. Okay. So you interface with the system, with the. In essence, it's the security system that you're interfacing with, and you take a bit of time to kind of search around and navigate through conversations with the machine and the AI that controls it, and you're feeling some resistance to that. Like the conversation you're having with this system is more like, you don't have clearance. Like, we let you through the door. That's one thing, but security clearance is what we do, and you don't have the clearance really to get the level of information you're trying to get from me. It's like, is there a staircase that goes to the next level? Yes, there is. Am I going to tell you where it is? No, I'm not. That's the information you get. Is it behind a door? Maybe. Do the doors open? Sometimes.
This guy is so uncooperative. I say that out loud. Like, this machine is just stubborn. All right.
You can do it.
We just have to try a door. We just have to try a door.
I feel rosy right now, but you can do it.
I look at Luna and Mara like, just roulette. Take your pick. I don't.
All right. I like right as our chances. Right is always right, right?
To be honest, something tells me the door across from us will just go further in. Doors on the right or left could lead us either down hallways or to a staircase.
And if there's a button there on the right, I will step forward and try to press it.
Okay, so you're gonna
And I
walk
just
walk round to the right hand side. Are you all going together, or are you all separating to the separate doors?
Oh yeah, we never decided if we wanted to all check doors separately or just go together to one. I don't care either way. Luna.
Let's stick together.
Okay.
Guys,
Alright.
like, look together,
Alright, so I prep my knife and
Mhm.
at the ready.
Okay. You walk round.
I should pick up Wyoming.
I was about to say, yeah. Are you gonna leave Wyoming where
Yeah,
he is,
I
or are you gonna
should.
bring him?
I should just go. I lift him up. All right, buddy, we're good. We
Yeah.
know where we're going next.
No.
Fireman's carry over one shoulder. I got my knife in the other one.
Okay. You pick Wyoming up and take him with you. You walk round to the door, and there is a key card and eye scanner console there. Mira, do you want to attempt to bypass it?
I'll give it a go. Yeah.
Okay, make me a tech
If there's
roll.
not a clear open button.
Yeah, make a tech roll for that.
4.
Oh, cool. You're like kind of fiddling with it. You like undo a couple of screws, and you're like, kind of just in your own little world, tinkering away. You're very much just tinkering away in your own little world. Like, remember when you sat down on the floor when you was back on the ground of the planet and you're tinkering away. And then you're like, oh yeah, let's hack this terminal. And you realize you've taken the front plate off with the eye scanner and the card reader, and you've just detached it all from the wall.
Whoever made this has terrible organization skills. They really should have done this backplate first.
They have an excellent AI, though. Wouldn't let me near anything important.
At least the systems are up to date.
Can I try my electric multi-tool?
What do you plan on doing with it? Because Mira has just removed the panel. Like
Entirely?
Yeah, she's took it off.
Is there any wiring behind it?
There is. It's. I mean, the panel's not connected to anything now because she stripped it from the system on the wall. There's some wires by there.
Can I hotwire
Jab it
this
in.
door?
You can have a go.
I just want to see if I can hotwire the door.
Make a tech roll.
Because I mean, like, come on, the wires are still gonna function for their
I mean,
intended purpose.
some will work maybe.
I mean,
Let's hope. Mira, I will say you can add to your like possessions list that you've got a card reader and an eye scanner.
Okay, cool.
You've taken them off, so.
Nice.
okay, if this doesn't work, I would like to try to reattach the panel. I got a 12.
A 12 is a success. That is the
Okay,
bare
alright.
minimum you need to succeed. You jab your screwdriver in and kind of give it a wiggle, kind of push some wires together. A couple of them spark, you know, oh fuck, what's that? And
God.
you manage to do something, and the door kind of goes tss, and begins to open.
Can I, like,
Oh, you don't
Help
need to.
it.
It begins to open.
It
fully.
opens?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
good. All right. Excuse me. I let them go ahead of me because I've got Wyoming, which puts me at a little bit of a disadvantage. But I've still got my knife out.
Okay.
I'd let Luna go first because I look at her gun and just go, yeah, she's got this.
I got body armor too. So.
Yeah.
Can I actually, in that case, will you be able to carry? I looked at me, I'm like, can you handle this?
I can certainly try. I'm not sure anyone can really handle Wyoming.
And
Touché.
I'll try and lift her up. I'm not
Can-
super strong.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure like what your body was. Okay.
Body 1.
Okay. Never mind.
Something. I'm quite small.
Okay. All right.
Xander,
Wait, how
you-
tall is Mira?
I don't know in terms of like actual height. but
And I just woke up for a second and I said, "You can drag me," and I fell asleep again.
We just like lead him like a leash.
I wrap him around both of my shoulders and make sure that he's just gonna stay there for a minute, and I'm like holding like his legs or whatever, so he at least just stays there a little.
Okay.
So cranky.
Okay. Cool. So, the doors open. And Luna, you're at the front. Mira middle. Xander carrying Wyoming at the back. Luna with the gun facing. As the doors open and you look, you see there appears to be a short-ish, stout, wide corridor, shortish, and there is a staircase at the far end of that corridor.
And does it look like it's going in the same direction? Does it turn left? Does it go
It
up?
appears to be like a both ways
Okay, got it.
staircase.
Of course, there's more than one direction.
Exactly. It's a round room. I'm gonna make the presumption that you move towards the staircase.
Is it just the stairs and then the hallway stops?
Yeah, it's like the staircase
Got
goes
it.
up and then splits, and it's a wall
Okay.
at the back.
Got it.
So we're heading that way.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Xander, can Xander make me a dexterity check,
Yes.
please?
Two shakes.
I will need Mira and Luna to make me savvy rolls. Wyoming, make me a body roll.
Absolutely.
Luna,
And
can you
Vivi?
make a savvy roll for me?
Wait, am I doing dex or tech?
Dex.
Dex, you said.
Yes.
Unnatural 20.
Nice. I got an 8.
An 8. Okay.
I'm
11.
gonna die.
11 from Wyoming. What did Mira get?
10.
10. Okay. So, Luna, you're there, gun at the ready, taking a steady pace forward towards the staircase. Mira, you're behind. Xander, you're at the back with Wyoming on your shoulders. Which, he's a bit of a weight. You know, he's not an overly big guy, but I mean, he's not exactly assisted you in any way. It's more like passive.
I only have one hand now.
Yes. So you move forward, slightly slowly.
I think I keep looking behind me just
Okay.
to check our, you know.
Yeah. As you look behind you, you see a darkened figure, maybe 6 to 7 feet tall, rushing towards you. And Luna, you hear the rushing of feet at this point. Xander,
I shout.
as you turn to see this figure, you see the glint of silver. And then you feel like a dull bump like at the side of you, and then this kind of shadow like moves past you back, like in the main atrium. They move along the side where the door is you guys are going through, past you, Xander. You feel a bump. They keep moving past, and as they run past, you hear a voice go, "I've got you." As it
Does he
keeps
run back
running.
into the atrium?
He was, they were along the edge of the atrium. Xander, you drop to the floor. Wyoming, you fall back. As you fall off, Wyoming.
Like he knocks me over?
No.
Oh.
Wyoming, as you fall off Xander, as Xander falls to the floor, you kind of like that jolt, that impact kind of rejigs everything, and you're kind of very, very in the moment, very with it. And you see Luna kind of turning with their gun after hearing these footsteps. Mira, you're slowly reacting to this, but Wyoming, you see Xander on the floor, and you see Xander's leg about 2 feet away. Their left leg. From just above the knee.
Do I feel it?
You do now. So.
I rip off my sleeve and immediately tie a tourniquet above my knee.
You can't do that because the pain.
I can't?
No, the pain is so excruciating that you black out.
Cool.
Okay.
So, Lunar,
I
Mira, and Wyoming, the 3 of you see this.
Okay.
I approach to the leg. I want to examine the wound. I mean, I'm no expert, but does it looks clean?
No.
How bad is it?
I mean, the leg's 2 foot away from the body.
I mean,
It's the
wound.
the cut isn't a clean cut. It is jagged, and there is ripping into it.
Okay.
But Xander is also lying there with a lot of blood coming out of their leg. Luna, can you make me a savvy roll?
Can I use one of my void points?
Yes.
I forgot I had those. Why? I actually
Oh, thank
don't.
God. 19.
19. Okay. In the second you see this, Luna, your mind jumps back to basic training when you joined the military and everything, and you're like field injury, amputation, tourniquet.
Tourniquet.
So you rush straight
Putting
over.
bandages.
Yeah, you rush straight over, grab whatever you can to tourniquet the leg, making sure that the knot of the tourniquet is pressed up against the femoral artery in the thigh to stop that blood. And you rush over, tie up Xander's leg, and you tie it as tight as you physically can, to the point where the pain of you doing that brings Xander back round to consciousness. Xander, you come to in complete agony, excruciating pain, but you are awake.
Deep breaths. Deep breaths.
I'm gonna kill that son of a bitch.
Yeah. Let's do that. What the fuck?
I
was
look down at my leg. Fuck! That's gonna be a pain to build.
I run over as quickly as I can and I just go, what can I do? What can I do? And I reach into my toolbox and I just try and pull out something like a screwdriver or something that might be big enough to help tighten the tourniquet. Like as a turner, you know, you put it into the whatever bandage or whatever, and if I can do that, we'll see.
Stay with Xander. Keep him safe. Like I feel like Lunar is also like very heightened to like this. The enemy is still very loose. And
I can deal with him, but we have to help Xander first. Xander, and I approached Xander, and I took a couple of POPs from my jacket, and I tell Xander like, "Hey, this will ease the pain. Trust me."
I take my jacket off and I tie it around my leg on top of the tourniquet, just to protect it as much as possible and to soak up any blood I may still be losing. I tighten the tourniquet harder with my strength through my arms. And I push myself up onto the third step of the staircase.
You didn't even get to the staircase. You're on the floor in the atrium.
Oh, we're in the. Wait a minute. How am I in the atrium? if
Because
we were in
you
the
guys
stairwell?
you were on your way towards the staircase, but you were at the back.
Oh,
He was
okay.
in
I'm
the
sorry.
atrium
I thought
the
we were
whole
already
time.
climbing
No.
the stairs.
No.
Okay.
I mean, this is normal. You're losing blood and you're just very confused right now. Just take the damn pills. It's
I
going
take
to
the
help you.
damn pills.
Okay.
I'm trying to duct tape around their leg like it's a plaster, but just with duct tape because I have
Okay.
duct tape in my bag.
Okay.
Definitely.
Wyoming, how many peas did you give Xander?
Just two,
Two.
because he's a beginner, so I don't want to mess his life so early.
Okay.
So how do I feel now?
Well. So. Wyoming, roll me a savvy roll with advantage. Xander,
Okay.
the pills that you have taken are called peas. These are a extreme sleeping pill. A single one would knock someone unconscious for up to 4 hours. You just ingested 2.
So am I out?
You not right now, but you will be unconscious in the next 5 minutes for a period of time.
Does Wyoming know that this is what's gonna happen?
Yes. He takes them. Well, he's taken about a dozen so far today.
And I'm cool. You're gonna be just fine. I mean, is the only.
God.
I mean, is the only way to help you like now. We are solving small problems, baby steps on the right direction.
Yes.
So we will take care of you. Just relax. Just chill.
Just fucking kill that son.
By the way, where the hell is he? And I pull out my gun and I try to check around to see if there's any sign of him.
Mm-hmm. Okay. First, what did you get on your savvy roll?
13.
13. Wonderful. Okay. As you look around, you don't see him, but the direction he went was back towards the elevator doorway that you guys had come from. He ran that way.
Yes.
I have a
Now,
question. Do we have any contact with Bobbi?
you do have radios. You do have them because
Okay.
your EVA suits have radios, but you're able to take those out of your EVA suits and use them as like short range comms. You haven't tried it since you've been in this structure, which is now slightly more than short range because you're on the edge of the atmosphere. But it's worth a go.
But I don't know where he went because I'm on the ground and
Mhm.
almost passing out from drugs.
Yes, you're feeling not bad. You know, you're feeling good. The pain's slipping away, but you're also
Okay.
you
Feeling
know,
kind of cloudy.
very much so, and that's
Okay.
just increasing with each breath you take.
Someone call Bobbi. Which way did he go?
But Xander, Bobby's not here. Bobby's not with us.
I know that, Wyoming. Somebody needs to warn Bobbi. If he's trying to escape, he's going to go down.
If he goes down, then maybe Bobbi can set up some kind of trap on the lower level.
I don't.
We'll take care of it. Okay, we got this.
Bobby's scared, but
We're gonna get the bastard. Can Mira notify Bobbi? Wyoming,
Wyoming.
you're with me.
What the
Mira, stay with Xander. Okay, let's go get him now.
What the fuck did you give me?
Let's say it's happiness on a pea.
As he
Just
says
be
that,
happy.
as Wyoming says that, Xander, you slip out of consciousness.
There you go. There you go. Everything's gonna be fine.
Wyoming. Whilst you were in this more focused mindset and you gave Xander the peas and you're like, this will help with the pain, we will get things, we'll get, you know, we're gonna get you sorted, we're gonna look after you, get sorted, and you're kind of somehow a lot more confident in your words and your memories. And
Yes.
you remember that when you were on your mission, your original mission, and you were in stasis, you were in a hibernation pod. That's what was used to put you into a form of stasis. Those pods had additional functions, such beyond just life support. They could actually assist in the healing process to the point of they could grow back limbs
Right.
if needed. And you have a hibernation pod somewhere, but you don't remember where.
Oh my god, the hibernation pods. And I speak out loud.
Hibernation pods.
Yes. There's like a backup system for life support if the host are ill or injured. The system can heal and even grow back a limb if it's necessary. Probably that will help us with Xander. Only if I could remember where these spots are. They are near. I can feel it. I know they're near.
Somewhere
You have to
here.
trust me. Probably. I'm not sure. Gosh. Is there any way or chance, GM, that we can search for a map or service diagram on that atrium?
You can definitely kind of go around the perimeter and check the walls to see if there is one.
Okay, we'll do
there is a
that.
man with a very large blade somewhere out there, and a semi-whole-ish Xander
Yeah, but
unconscious on the floor.
yeah,
as well.
but also I'm a nutcase with a gun in
True.
my head and my
True.
hand. So
True. Yeah, by all means, if you want to look for a diagram, go for it. I will say, Lunar and Mira, if you guys want to make savvy rolls, with Wyoming telling you this new information, this could be something you know of, maybe, or you've experienced.
Like, I think I remember them on the Iron Ring. Is that?
So yeah, it's a very good point. You do remember that, like you don't even need to roll for that. It's something you remember. During your time on the Iron Ring with Bobbi, after they rescued you and brought you there, for those watching, the Iron Ring is like the central kind of populous, central community inhabited area of the galaxy. The Iron Ring is a hodgepodge of space station parts, spaceships, all kind of mishmashed and welded together to form a big iron ring round one of the moons in this solar system. And it's like a sprawling metropolis marketplace. It's a hive of different activities, to the point where to move around the Iron Ring, you would have to spend a long time traversing it, to the point where you'd even have to go into space to hop across sections where they've not welded them together, and it's just a mismatch of bits and pieces. But Luna, during your time there, you have heard of hibernation pods. You've met in bars and eateries and stuff on there people called soul pods, people who travel long distances across the vast length of time through hibernation and stasis. And you have heard of hibernation pods, and you have heard of there being some hibernation pods in the Iron Ring. You don't know whereabouts or what section, but you do know that there are some there, which could assist.
Okay. So, like, I know that we can, if we can get Xander into some sort of stasis, at least we could take him to the Iron Ring to potentially regrow limb or something. But I think Lunar's first priority is like, there's a combatant loose trying to kill us and chopping off limbs like it was nothing. And she's like on hyper alert and trying to protect everyone and is worried that Wyoming is going to do something stupid and that she has to carry Xander and try and have a gun. And she's freaking out a little bit.
Did we hear the lift going down, or did we just hear the door going to that section?
So you heard the doors of the lift close, and you heard a clink that you presumed was the same sound as when you set off a locking mechanism unlocking to allow the lift to move.
Okay.
But you weren't sure if you heard it descend, but the clink and the doors closing gave you that presumption.
I wonder if we could hack the system somehow to stop the doors from opening down there. Maybe we could trap him in the lift.
Did we hear the door go off after it attacked us or before?
You heard the doors go when he first spoke over the PA.
Okay.
The doors closed, you heard the clink, and then he announced himself.
Okay, so I don't have the impression that he's in the lift at the moment.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
You don't know where he is.
We don't know it. Can I try and find this thing?
So what are we looking for?
Whatever the frick attacked us.
Okay. Yeah, by all means. So make me a dexterity check.
A dexterity check?
Mm-hmm. Wyoming, if you're searching for some schematics on a wall, make me a savvy check.
19.
Yes.
19, wonderful. Mira, what are you doing?
Is Xander still like actively bleeding? Or have we
Xander
managed to stop
is
it?
completely unconscious on the floor. Their leg isn't... because you covered it with a jacket and tape and that, you don't see any blood leaking out from it. It appears to have been stemmed, or the tourniquet has done its job. The only blood you do see is what is seeping out of the lower limb that is on the floor, just to the side.
I'm gonna try and pick up the limb and just package it in whatever I have. I do have duct tape, and then I've got just a general bag of stuff. So
Okay, yeah. I'll say you start kind of duct taping the end of the leg,
mm.
in the hopes you can do something with it later. Maybe.
Preserve it.
Yeah. Wyoming, what did you get?
19.
19. Oh, you both got 19s. Okay. Wyoming, you head further round. You head the direction this person came from.
Yes.
Trying to look at the walls there. The first kind of moments of your movement, you don't see anything, but you continue on. In the hopes you'll find something. Lunar, you make your way the direction you saw this fast-moving figure dart off, which was back towards where the elevator entrance was. Gun at the ready, moving fast. You make your way round, and you get to the corner where the corridor is to the elevator, and you straight away round that corner, gun at the ready, and you see the elevator doors closing, and you just see a toothy smirk as the doors close.
Is it like a human smirk? Is it seven, 6 to 8 feet tall?
6 to 7, like
7?
somewhere between 6 to 7 feet tall. A little bit pointy, but humanoid in appearance.
Can I try and shoot it in the little gap?
You got a 19 on your dex. Let me see if you get there quick enough. Okay. I will say you round the corner and move towards the doors of the elevator at pace, because it is a little bit of you've got a little bit of distance to catch, but you're moving quickly. I will say you can get to a range where you can take a shot with disadvantage, but if the shot makes it, it will impact.
All right, I'll try.
Okay, go for it.
Both sucked. Yeah, no, neither hit.
No, okay.
But that's
So,
two to four.
you take the shot, but you're just not, because of the nature of your weapon being a breacher shotgun. You're not close enough for it to actually do anything. It just kind of scatters onto the elevator doors as they close. But as they close and you take that shot, you move, you close that distance and you get to within the elevator. But you don't hear the elevator moving down. It is there, but it is not moving currently. And you just hear a kind of low laugh from inside the elevator.
Oh, he's waiting for us. Oh, bastard. Oh. Fuck. What do we do?
I assume, are we both back still in the other room?
I'll like yell back and like, he's in here, and like he's in the elevator. So like you
Right.
guys know where he is. I'll like keep my gun trained on the elevator.
Xander has a gun, right? No? What
It
kind
has
of
a knife.
weapon does
knife.
a knife? Okay.
I have a knife, yeah.
A knife. I'm gonna take his knife. It's the only thing I can find around, so I'm gonna pick it up and I'm gonna go towards Lunar.
Okay. Are you two heading back towards the elevator at this point?
Back towards wherever Lunar is, I would.
Okay, cool. Whilst you do that, Wyoming, you've now made it round to the opposite side of the
Yes.
atrium from the elevator, and you don't see any schematics, but you do see the doors to wherever leads on there are closed, but there appears to be some form of scrawled writing on them.
Scroll writing, you say.
Yes.
Do I understand the context of that message?
Yes. So you take a second to kind of look at it and read it, and the words are in a common language that people of this system can read, and they say, from one realm into another, chaos will reign.
Okay, I try to memorize. From one realm to another, chaos will reign. From one realm to another, chaos will reign. Okay. Any other specifics that caught my attention?
The only other thing that kind of gets your attention is that it's written in blood.
Yeah, that's
Of course it is.
that's a huge detail. Of course, yes.
Well, yeah, I mean, subtle for some,
mean,
but
Yeah. Okay. Just for double check, try to open the door or to see if there's any mechanism to open it.
there's the same control panel for each with a key card and an eye scanner. You don't have access to either.
Okay, perfect.
Tapping it doesn't do
Uh,
anything.
I will come back to my party. Remember trying to remember that phrase, that
Mhm.
very catchy phrase written in blood, of course.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Wyoming rushes back and joins Lunar and Mira. Now at the kind of the atrium threshold into the short corridor to the elevator. The three of you are there with Xander on the floor, like still over the way.
Question. You can say no. This is fine. But can like my small notebook and pen that I leave on my person all the time just fall coincidentally out of my pocket as Wyoming is trying to memorize something? You can say no.
Roll me a d20. Just roll a
luck
d20.
check. Level luck check. 14.
Let me roll against it.
Thanks, Danny.
It does. Somehow, in your unconscious state with only one leg, like your body's balance is a bit weird. So you do kind of rock, and it does. And Wyoming, as you kind of run past Xander to meet up with Mira and Luna, you do almost slip as you step on Xander's pen.
Danny, you're so nice.
The one time I will be.
Oh yes, a pen. From what was the phrase? From damn it. From one realm to another. Yes, yes. And I wrote it on my arm. Chaos will reign. Yeah, something like that. Pretty sure. No, rainbows. No, rain. Rainbows, rain. Rain? Yeah, rain. Okay, great.
Okay, and you continue on, and you meet up with Mira and Luna at the corner. Luna's gun ready, Mira's there with a knife.
Okay, I approach them. What's going on? What happened?
I got him in here. He's in the elevator. I don't think he's going down. I think he's waiting for us. Oh, there's a fucker.
Okay, so the thing is, did he's stuck on that level, or he's waiting for us, or I'm just.
He was smiling and laughing. Okay?
He was smiling?
Yeah. This is a messed up mofo, okay? Like, we gotta.
Think he wants us to come to him.
Something.
I think this is finally the time to put my plan to the test. I will bait him. I'm gonna be the bait. And you two guys are going to strike him down while he's trying to kill me. So the most important part of this plan is that he will not succeed on killing me. And that depends entirely on you. So I count on you for him not to killing me. Are we clear?
Yeah. You sure?
Yeah, sure. I'm doing this plan anyway. I mean, I'm been doing it a couple of times. I don't know, maybe.
I mean, my plan was, it's not a big elevator, right? So, like, open the door and just shoot at him was kind of my plan. But
No. It's very less dramatic. Let's go with my plan.
Just out of interest, does anyone
Yeah.
happen to have any explosives?
must be fun.
No, I
Can you
leave
make
mine.
anything explode?
I leave mine in the other jacket.
Oh, unfortunate.
Yeah. Do you
Once
have a
we have
knife?
him trapped, it would be good. I'm not exactly proficient with this.
And I just kind of, I'm holding the knife with like two fingers, just like, I don't know how this works.
Okay. No one does have explosives. Luna, your shotgun can breach through hull walls of ships. It is a breacher gun, so it does technically have a form of explosive round. That's what does the breaching action, but it's not necessarily an explosive, unless you want Mira to tinker with it. But do you have time for that?
Do I want to give my gun away in a moment where I don't know what a crazy person is trying to tell us gonna do? Maybe not right now. What do you have in mind, Mira? Just toss. If we had a freaking grenade, that'd be nice, but.
Well, he is in the elevator right now. We know that much.
But also, we need
Possibly
the
I could jam the door.
No worries. The plan is still on. Just let's open up the elevator. He will come after me, and you guys kill him while he's busy with me. That's the plan.
It doesn't seem awfully reliable.
Yeah, but doesn't sound like not entirely reliable. No, wait.
I estimated 7% chance of success.
I can work with that. Okay, let's open up the lift. Let's improvise a little bit. Loosey goosey, we're good. Let's do this. So, GM, I approach to the elevator.
Mm-hmm.
I have the gun in my hand, and what's the mechanism to open this lift?
A button.
Okay. You guys are ready? Just, I don't know, hi or something. This could be very messy, so please just be careful with me, like taking care of me.
Yeah, ready.
Okay.
I'll kind of like,
Okay.
I guess not be in the direct line of vision, but like ready to just open fire.
Okay. So, Wyoming, you approach the elevator to press the button and open it. Lunar and Mira, you kind of move yourselves to a less obvious position as Wyoming, who is stood directly in the middle as the doors are about to open, and prepare yourselves to react.
Okay.
Let me do. Okay, that's interesting dice roll. Wyoming, make me a dexterity.
Okie doke. I say to myself, this will be so much better if I wear high. 17.
Okay. Not quite high enough, but it's okay. We'll deal with it. You press the button.
Have to.
You press the button and kind of step back so that you're like right center line. The doors kind of and open. As they open, you're kind of stood there pointing straight in, ready to do whatever. But the moment they get about like 2 seconds into them opening, they're already at like 2 feet wide. From the floor, this figure pounces directly at you. Slightly
This
faster,
figure is on the floor?
like from a crouched position, pounces straight at you. Slightly faster than your reaction times can compete with. And this person pounces, lunges. Lunar and Mira, you see this enormous individual pounce from the floor, an upward angle, knocking Wyoming back onto his back. Like Wyoming, you literally go like arms back as the force of this individual knocks you down. As they make contact with you, you just hear them go, yes, as they bring you to the ground with blade in hand, moving it towards your throat in the position of pouncing.
Oh my gosh, I yell, quesadilla! Quesadilla! Quesadilla!
In that moment, Luna and Mira, what are you doing?
shooting.
Okay, make me a tech roll for your weapon. Mira, what are you doing with your knife?
Well, okay, so I'm assuming the guy is facing towards us, like he's on him facing towards us, not away from us? Or...
Yeah, he is more facing towards you. Yeah, you're kind of like
Okay.
that angle in.
I mean, running towards him is a really bad idea, but I think in this moment she would, with the knife, just to try and help and see if she can stab him in the back, if I'm not
Okay.
too far away.
Make me a body roll.
I got a 17.
17. Okay. Roll me damage for that.
This is just throw the damn thing.
5.
Okay.
What is it? Plus anything?
Mira, what was your body roll?
It's 20! 21! 21!
Okay. Okay. Roll me a d4.
2?
Okay. Lunar, you fire your weapon at this mass that is on top of Wyoming, and you hit with a clean shot, and it blasts into this person, causing significant damage to the side of their torso, to the point where you can see exposed rib with that shot. As the sound of that shot rings out, Mira, you in your like 3'2" frame, no, you're not that small, in your small stature, you rush forward with the knife, and you kind of close your eyes and jab it in and hope for the best. Wyoming, you feel this blade move up against your throat. You feel the pressure of it as it starts to dig in, and then the pressure of the blade laxes, and then you feel an enormous weight on top of your torso.
Ah, thank you, Jesus.
Mira,
Yes.
you open your eyes, and Luna, you witness this whole thing. Mira, you open your eyes and you have the knife embedded in this person. Luna, what you witnessed is you shot this individual in the side, blasting into their torso. And as that kind of blast hit and viscera spat out, you saw Mira kind of just jump in this just like dainty little and get splattered by some of the viscera from your shot. But as they land, they plunge the blade into the nape of this person straight in to the spine, and they go limp on top of Wyoming.
Jesus. Good job, Mira. I always believe in you. You're my best friend. You're my personal sister. Thank you very much. You have no idea how much I appreciate this gesture for me. I mean,
I'm just standing there staring at the knife, presumably just covered in blood.
Yes, you kind of pull the knife out and you look at it. You're kind of not full like Carrie, drenched in blood, but you're definitely like speckled with it heavily, and you just kind of your focus is on the blade, and you get a flashback for a second, and you see yourself stood there with the blade in hand, and looking down. You don't see Wyoming and this person on top. You see 5 individuals in a mixture of graffitied up spacesuits, leather jackets, purple and green hair, on the floor around you, all facing away from you, all drenched in blood that is seeping out of them. And then you blink and you're back stood there with Wyoming praising you from underneath a corpse.
Boy, this is heavy. I don't know. Maybe you guys might help.
I'll help shove the body off.
Thanks a lot. Thank you. Thank you. This is heavy, bro.
He's a big thing.
Okay, there's a lot of blood. I have a lot of viscera on me. Can please someone can confirm if this is the man that we're looking for?
It doesn't seem like it, right?
Make me a savvy roll. Check over this corpse.
Oh, natural 20!
Okay. Very nice.
Girl, you're on fire.
There's so many good rolls today.
My gosh.
I'll like do terrible next time.
Yeah, it's all downhill from here. You check over this corpse, and it is the corpse of a human male, a very large human male, who has very, very pointy teeth, not naturally pointy teeth. They are covered in scars. They have some markings on their body, some tattoos. One being the gang insignia that you know of from the gang that Bozapper was originally part of. And you also see a tattoo on the neck that says Zap Zap. With the natural 20 though, you do also notice that as you flip them over, there appears to be a small rectangular plaque on their chest that is kind of like screwed to their chest in the corners.
Okay. Does it look techy? Like
It looks like a brushed sheet of steel.
Oh, whoa, guys, look at this. I'll point it out.
I'm just still staring at the knife.
You okay, Mira? That was a good stab.
There is a lot of blood.
Sorry.
I'm just gonna drop the knife on the floor and start walking over back to Lunar.
Hey. I'm sorry, I know there's a lot going on. There's a thing on this guy. It's got screws. Do you know what that is?
Oh, screws. I can help with that.
And I seem quite happy that there's something to preoccupy my mind with, and go for my screwdriver and start trying to get this open.
Okay. You move yourself over, sit down cross-legged in your little tinkering mode, and begin to start unscrewing the plates attached to this body's chest. Just tinkering away in your own little world again.
I don't know. Let's make important decisions here, people. Probably we don't need the body. Maybe we can take a picture or something just to prove that this man is dead, if he's the man that we're looking for. But the thing is that we have to go because Xander needs professional help, and I mean like ASAP, people.
Yeah. Okay, let's just grab both bodies. I mean, Xander and a body. Sorry.
I mean, I can roll if you
going
want it to be two bodies. I can roll for that, but no.
Start going down the elevator.
Okay, so you rush back over to Xander's unconscious body with a severed leg duct taped at the top next to him, and bring them back to the elevator, pop them inside, and grab the body of Bozapper and drag him in. He is heavy, so it's a bit of a bit of a pull. And you get him into the elevator. And then the three of you step into the elevator. And you push the button for down. The doors slowly close. You hear the clink of the locking system. And you feel the drop of the elevator as it goes down. And that's where we'll end this session for today.
Great. That's a good sign.
So,
Think finally it's getting right. That's
yes.
great.
Well, you win some, you lose some. It's 50-50.
I just want to say I would have picked up Xander's knife on my way out, being like, "Oh yeah, that's Xander's." But
I know there's no bug.
thank you. You're welcome.
I
And
mean,
a book.
Yeah, I mean, in order to survive this mission, we had to break a leg. I mean, cut a leg. I mean, well, whatever.
Yeah.
I will tell you, Xander will be buying a gun at the Iron Ring.
Yeah.
If you make it back there. But anyway.
I'm gonna die. It's fine.
those-
Danny's punishing me.
Well, I mean, yeah.
There's something- yeah.
For those still watching, thank you very much for sticking around for episode 4 of A Corrupted Frontier, our Death in Space campaign. Every other week, every other Saturday, we run this campaign here on the Initiative Order, as well as a plethora of amazing other TTRPG systems and shows, trying to showcase all the games that are out there, other than, you know, the big ones we all know. So, before we say our goodbyes and go away, we will go around the table and introduce ourselves and where you can find us outside of this wonderful, happy world that we have been playing in. So I will go reverse order than when we started and start with our mostly alive Xander.
I have thoughts on that. Hello everybody, my name is Mazz. My pronouns are they, them, and I have been Xander Praetorian, pronouns he, him, on, and he is a Chrome. I was about to say on the initiative order, but you knew that. And he is a Chrome, and now he is, has one leg left. It's probably fine. You can find me on Instagram as @MazzFace, and you can find me on Twitter as @RealMazzFace, because some real estate agent stole my handle 10 years ago and is never on Twitter. I will fight him. The next thing you can find me in is the premiere of season 2 of Leverage Los Angeles over on Open Circuit Studios. That starts February 15th at 5 p.m. and will run every Wednesday until Trevor feels like not GMing the game anymore. That's me. That's what I'm doing.
Thank you very much. Next up is our best roller of the day, the wonderful Lunar.
I'm Melissa Rose. I play Lunar Terracin, the punk ex-soldier. She/her. You can find me on Instagram at Melrose Maps. And you're being this character. I'm good at these guys. All right, I'm good. Go.
Thank you very much. Next up, our savior of the day, with the final blow, Miro.
Hi, I'm Dawn Whisperer. I love stabbing people. I'm a full-time streamer here on Twitch, over at twitch.tv/DawnWhisper. You can find me as Dawn Whisper everywhere. Yeah, I really like RPGs, and I play a lot of MMOs, probably too many. And I've been Mira, who is also a Chrome, like Xander, and I am our mechanic, and apparently now our rogue.
Yeah, it fits. It fits. Cool. And finally, our pill-popping, pea-popping, the brains of the group, clearly, Wyoming.
Yes, hello, my fellow Rose Beefers. My name is Homero Rios. I'm a comic writer with work published by Heavy Metal Magazine and Metal Orland. Tonight I played the bait, and it was really fun. I wish it to be high, but I was entirely sober. I don't know how I did it, but I did it. You can follow me at the Homero Rios on almost every social media. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I'm Danny. I was the game master for this, believe it or not. You can find me at Check for Traps on all social places and things. Part of the team here at the Initiative Order, running fun games. If you haven't, please join our Discord. We run free community games every month, multiple different systems, no paywalls, provide everything you need to play. It's a cool place to hang out, chat, meet like-minded people, talk gaming, and everything adjacent. Before we go, just want to give a couple shout-outs to our sponsors. We have some amazing sponsors that help our community with discounts and kickbacks and stuff. Norse Foundry, artists and dice makers, are a great sponsor of ours. Session Zero Clothing, who are a D&D inspired streetwear clothing company who do some amazing designs. Umbral Oculus Dice, which is Taryn, our very own Taryn, Valrook, who ran and runs Far Realms, doing on that. They are a custom resin dice maker, so please check them out. Arclight Court as well. Will, one of our amazing GMs, runs Power Rangers, has his own company and community at Arclight Court. There's discount codes for their clothing and accessories over there. Yeah, so please check out our sponsors. Check out our Discord and our schedule and all the other shows we do and things and majiggery and stuff that we do all over the place in the community. And yeah, thanks for watching, and yeah, we will see you in 2 weeks to see what happens with this lot.
I'm gonna die.
No.
So thank you very much. Peace.
Break a leg.
Bye.